Hello, David Bradley from the box room here. So last night was indeed the TPUG Fix It Night, and I was kind of ready to do some things, but I thought there was another fellow named Joey who was showing up to do things or doing something online, or I don't know. Anyway, what did I do? Well, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I did get the last pet out of the garage, the very last one, a 4032, and it worked of all things. Anyway, in the midst of that, and you'll see from the recording, the audio recording that I did, I had a little bit of an issue inside the garage with a potential avalanche. Anyway, and also I found, while I was moving the last bunch of boxes, I found some more boxes. And these boxes were not like boxes. They were like things like this. And I don't know how many there were exactly. And I first picked up some when I finally could get at them. And they were empty, so I thought, oh, well, that's good, because last thing I want is more Commodore stuff to go through. So there were some empty boxes. And then there were some full ones. I think maybe there were 8 full ones. By the way, I've always marveled at this. Here, on the picture of the sleeve of the Commodore 64, is a fellow at a 64 with a non-Commodore monitor and a PET dual disk drive that was never meant to work with the 64. Although you could get an interface, a bus card, a C-Link, and there were other things too. Anyway, the production stuff was taken so far before. They didn't have a 1701 or 1702 handy, and they didn't have a 1541. They did have a data set and some disks, and I'm not sure what kind of monitor this is. Let's look at the other side. Oh, same thing. Oh, look. It's the French side. Because you would have to have both in Canada. So this one... Where are my glasses? Oh, things are getting... Oh, there they are. A little crazy in here last night. Oh, no. Now I've got slime from a video chip on my glasses. See that white stuff? Yeah. Well, should I do this? Probably not, but I will. Now I've got the white slime, silicone stuff on my shirt, but this is kind of a yucky work shirt. Anyway, hang on. Let me have a look at this sleeve. Canadian Tire. $3.99.99. Anyway, so back to last night. So when it seemed that there wasn't much going on in terms of fixing, although one good thing happened, there was a fellow who had disk drive troubles, and they were talking about alignment and all this stuff, and I really wasn't. I was trying to figure out. I had a computer set up in the pet room to show what I was doing. I wanted to have my phone up here so I could work on things and say, here's how I am working on things. And it almost went well. And I kind of had it working. And then I decided I wanted to turn the volume down on that phone. And then I turned the volume down on that phone, and some iOS message came out that I couldn't see. And then the video wouldn't work. And anyway, I had to grab the laptop, bring it up here, set up, try and work on things. But anyway, in the midst of that, they were talking about disk alignment and all this other stuff, and I really wasn't listening and paying attention. And then I realized there was somebody actually who showed up at the church in Etobicoke who had disk drive trouble. And they were trying to look at some videos about alignment and things, and finally I said, well, what's going on? And they said, oh, we're trying to, we got this, whatever. I said, well, first of all, I've never had great success in dicking around and aligning a 1541. I really haven't. Anyway, I said, well, before anything, clean the head. Well, they didn't have, exactly what I thought. But anyway, they had basically an alcohol wipe that one would use in a first aid situation. I said, fine, great. And I have I have advised people to use them before because it's kind of the same thing, and it's really not that tough. And I could see on the video that they had a 1541 that didn't have the really long board. It had kind of a medium-sized board. I said, right, okay, make sure the drive is open. It's not really that tough. You lift up the little thing that would, keep the disc in place. The head is on the bottom. It's a white thing with a black line through it. Take the alcohol thing and rub it gently back and forth, perhaps 10 times or so. I said, does it look dirty? No, it doesn't. Anyway, there's microscopic stuff that happens. Anyway, so they did that, and I said, okay, you got to let it dry for a bit. And I said, well, now, the only way you test it is you got to have like 64 or Big 20 or something. Anyway, they rummaged around, they found stuff, and guess what? The drive, which hadn't worked. Thank God they didn't start screwing with the screws, because I have never had a great time with that. Anyway, so in the midst of that, I headed for the pile of stuff that I rescued from the garage and started going through things. And I couldn't really fix anything. Although I found, I tested things and found some things that were working, because I thought I was just kind of a secondary part of everything. And I wasn't really ready to do all that I did. Because it ended up, I think in the end, I grabbed 3 different 64s and a 128 and started going through things. Oh dear. What's this? Oh, this is hooked up. I should turn this on. But it doesn't come on. What's going on here? Oh, maybe I need to switch the power supply. Okay, now this is interesting, because yesterday, this machine wasn't doing this. It was not. It was doing weird things. And it may be that soon it does start to do weird things. It may be something each related. Mind you, these machines haven't been plugged in. Oh yeah, here it goes. Here's the weird stuff. I don't know if you can see that. Weird things are happening. So something with heat. Could be RAM. It's doing all kinds of stuff. Now what it will do it will test the SID chip in the midst of all this. And the SID chip is good. But now the screen looks fine here, but the screen will do terrible things and migrate into kind of, well, at one point it almost looked like it was Russian characters. I don't know. Anyway, it's probably going to keep doing it again. Now this machine, so basically I kept running up here with more machines, opening things up, seeing what I could see. I did end up testing as much as I could some chips in some machines, and I did find one bad SID chip, which is a tragic thing. It's good to have good SID chips. How's this doing? See, once this gets, oh, now it's not doing it. Now the screen looks okay. Nope, no, it's not. Very strange. Anyway, so what am I doing today? Well, one thing I'm going to show you before it is very much going to the recycling or garbage. This is the box that a Commodore 128 was in. It has seen better days. Obviously, somehow some water got to it. And it's pretty toast. And I hate doing it, but there's really not much that can be done with this, I suppose. I suppose if I wanted to, and I was creative, I could take some scissors and save a little bit of this, but it's pretty bad. But remarkably, I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to take the diagnostic thing out, and I'm going to turn it off. See what comes up this time. And up it comes. Well, it didn't really do that yesterday. Once again, give it a chance to heat up. It's funny, you know, the pet. The pet that I found, the last one, the 4032 that works, it had a screen shake, waggle, something or other thing. Anyway, I did leave it on, and I wrote a program to quickly type or print World of Commodore across the screen and all that endlessly, and I left it on for about 10 hours. And today, it looks like maybe the waggle on the screen is gone. Anyway, there are capacitors and things at play. So the idea today, because I have things around, like these, a lot of these things were, I'm just looking around, where'd the box go? Oh, no, that's not it. There's another box around here somewhere. Hello. I know there is. There's a sleeve. There is another box. Excuse me. Did I put it over here? No. I don't know where it is. Anyway, a couple of the 64's were in the sleeves. And there was, I swear, there was one that was in a box. Anyway, what I really want to do is kind of put things back together. Maybe I took the box downstairs. Anyway, put things back together so I know what was what. Oh, that still looks okay. So I know what was what. Oh, by the way, this machine, somebody violated the warranty, and they installed a reset switch. Woohoo. Anyway, so I want to put things back together because I have bits and pieces of things all around. And I have a Commodore warranty card. Anyway, so in the midst of trying to get things happening, it was kind of chaotic. And they did record, and who knows, maybe it'll be put up. But it was kind of chaotic with all that I was trying to do. And, you know, as I said, I really thought I was secondary to what was going on. Here, I will save these. These are the styrofoam pieces that went with the Commodore 128. You know what? I'm going to toss them carefully down there so they don't get mixed up with things. And, wait, here. Oh, and here. Oh, dear. Oh, here's the Commodore 128 that was in that horrible box. Now, the one thing I do see here is the name sticker on here. I don't know if you can see that or not because I can barely see it. I'm really not set up in here very well for lighting from this side. This looks like it's seen some kind of moisture, but the machine itself looks quite wonderful. And there's a pencil on it. Needs a little magic eraser treatment. And it was the one thing that actually worked, and I didn't have to do anything. It just worked, which is always helpful indeed. So, you know what? I'm going to put this very carefully down here on top of this monitor because I don't have a box to put it in it at this moment because that's the box that was ruined. So, oh, okay, things are starting to screw up here. Load, press play on tape. Oh, I think I remember. And this is why I think that what we have in here, I'm going to turn this back on. I'm not going to do much to it in a second if it comes back up. Is, yeah, see, I think it's a 6526 chip at least. Because I'm pressing the Commodore key and I'm getting an equal sign. Now and then a lot of things are not working. Now, some people would say, oh yeah, the keyboard's dirty. Well, it could be, but I don't think so. I mean, it could be both, because look, the 2 is coming up okay, but a 6 came up in there. And the return key is not working. So I think this is possibly a 6526 issue. I'm going to write TPUG, right, night. Right, Commodore equals. And I don't think I have tape right here. So, unplug this. And, like a message in a bottle, I'm going to stick it in to the cartridge port so I can find it. But this one was the one I never did get opened. Alright, you know what I gotta do here? Let's look at this sleeve. There should be on the sleeve, maybe. Usually they had a serial number. Hang on. Oh, there's another sleeve here in much worse condition. Does this have a serial number? No, it does not. This one has been taped and rescued, etc. Parts of this, of course, could be rescued. I'm not going to toss it now. Okay, I'm sure from looking over here. Hang on, this is from the 128. I'm going to throw it down there. This is the bag that might have saved the 128. I'm going to throw it down there. And here, look at that. There's a slight deficiency in the styrofoam. So what else do we have? Oh, look. We have how to hook up your thing. You know what? Just because I can and I'm putting stuff down there, I'll toss that over there. So I think that because I have stuff. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I have stuff here. I'm going to try and put things away and restore things to kind of how they were. I can get back at them. See, I really wasn't intending to do all this. Last night, I think I have that the wrong way. I think maybe I even have it in the wrong side. I don't know. Let's see. How does this go? Okay. Oh. Aha. There's a serial number on the styrofoam. So I can double check. So what did that end in? 429. I have a feeling this is not the right one to go with this. I have a feeling. No, it is 429. Okay. All right. And now, this is not always easy. And I don't want to hurt the sleeve. Because the sleeve is in very good shape. I don't put this back in here. Oh, and it is somewhat documented. Somewhat. Now, you know what? I don't think at this moment I'm going to do anything else with this. It's buzzing at me. There. It can go off. Okay. All right. So, you know what? It looks like a massacre in here. Because I opened up, probably, well, I opened up my test, or a test machine, and I opened up two others. And I really should get them back together. Oh, look. That's another piece. I think this also was in the 128 box. I'll toss it back there. All right. I think I know. And this disk drive does not need to be on at this juncture. So I'll turn it off. That's for now. There's the diagnostic thing. Filth. So I think what I'm going to do is take a little break and come back and try and put things back together, because I've got to get to the pets. It's not that I don't want to work on these, but there isn't a whole lot of space here, and most of the machines didn't have a whole lot of things socketed. Sockets are very helpful, although sockets can go bad and cause trouble as well. They can. By the way, did I ever show you this vintage lighter? I don't. Once again, I got to look at what you're supposed to put in it. Look, the flint still works. It's magic. And then this comes out, and there is a thing in the bottom, but I don't think you're supposed to put stuff in. I think, from looking at this thing, it might be one of those things where you take a butane thing, kind of stick it in there, and then it sits on a desk, and then you ignite and the gas burns. Anyway, I haven't checked into it. It was my grandfather, so I hang on to it. All right. Thanks for coming. We will do more of this. We will, as I try and put things back and remember what was what. And I might have to do a little, because I did some chip swapping. I might have to look at date codes and things and try and figure out what it is that I've done to put things back as they were. So that then when I actually get to them, I can get to them and have the original chips in there. Except for the bad sit chip. We won't do that. Anyway, thanks for coming. Keep your stick on the ice. Bye for now.